Hi everyone, I am Dr. PSV Shanmukhi, Associate Professor, Department of Physics, Aditya University. Today I am going to explain the Newton's rings experiment. In this one, at the end of this lecture, students will able to understand the experimental arrangement of the Newton's rings experiment, and also they can determine the wavelength of the light. See, this is the experimental arrangement for the Newton's rings experiment. In this one, a plano-convex lens is kept on a plain glass plate. Say the plano-convex lens of its convex part is in contact with a plain glass plate. Say around the contact point there exists a circular air film. This circular air film is illuminated with monochromatic light. Automatically the reflected light will produce an interference pattern containing concentric dark and bright rings. These rings are called Newton's rings on the honor of the scientist Newton who discovered it. Coming to the experimental arrangement, say a plano-convex lens, it is kept on the plain glass plate, and here the light source is used. The light source, it is the sodium light. Sodium light, it is the monochromatic light. From the sodium light, the extended the beams, they will incident on a plain glass. It is kept at 45 degrees with the horizontal plane. Later, the light rays will incident normally on the lens system. They will be reflected back and they will be seen through the travelling microscope. Through the travelling microscope, we can able to see the interference pattern containing dark and bright rings with a central dark spot. So, in this one, we have to analyze or we have to derive the expression for the radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens. Say, this is a plano-convex lens completing the circle, the radius of this one is r. That what we are going to derive now. The applications of the Newton's rings are, we can determine the radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens, we can also determine the wavelength of the unknown source, and we can also determine the refractive index of a liquid. Here we are going to derive the expression for radius of curvature and also the wavelength of light. For this one, we take the thin film interference case, that is the cosine law. Already in the previous article we have seen the path difference between the two reflected rays, it is given by delta is equal to 2 mu t cos r plus or minus lambda by 2. You can take plus lambda by 2 or minus lambda by 2. Okay, just take 2 mu t cos r plus lambda by 2. This is the path difference between the two reflected rays. This is one reflected ray, this is the second reflected ray. So, the path difference is given by delta is equal to 2 mu t cos r plus lambda by 2. And here the air film is taken between the plano-convex lens and plain glass plate. This is the air film. So, for the air film, the refractive index is given by 1. Refractive index mu is equal to 1. And also the normal is light is incident normally. In case of normal incidence, I equals to 0 and r equals to 0, cos r equals to 1. Therefore, the path difference is given by delta is equal to, this is the path difference delta, it is equal to 2t plus lambda by 2. So, if it is equal to n lambda, we observe the construct interference. If it is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2, we observe the destruct interference or darkness. Now, coming to the central spot, already I am just giving the definition. These are the Newton's rings with the central dark spot. Why the central spot is dark? Why the fringes are circular? That also we have to analyze. Coming to the first one, the fringes are circular. Why the fringes are circular? Actually, fringe is a locus of all the points having same phase. Here, the air film is circular around this contact point. circular air film, the thickness of the air film is constant all around the concentric circles or concentric layers. Along those paths, the means the each and every point is having same phase. That's why the fringes are circular. Fringe is a locus of all the points having same phase. In this experiment, all the points will have same phase along the concentric layers of the air film. That's why the fringes are circular in this one. Otherwise, in case of interference, we have to get bright and dark lines only. But here the fringes are circular. The second one, central spot due to the reflected light is always dark. Why it is dark? Once again, coming to the path difference, delta is equal to 2t plus lambda by 2. At the contact point, say at this contact point, thickness of the air film is 0. If the thickness of the air film is 0, what is the path difference? Lambda by 2. Or what is the phase difference? 180 degrees. Path difference lambda by 2 or phase difference 180 degrees means the two waves will be out of phase. For example, this is the plano convex lens and plane glass. Light is incident normally and again it is reflected backside. These two waves are out of phase. This is one wave, this is another wave. Two waves are out of phase. That's why direct interference takes place. That's why the central spot of Newton's rings is always dark due to the reflected light. Coming to the derivation of radius of curvature or the wavelength of light. Actually, this is the path difference. And coming to brightness condition, already we are saying delta is equal to n lambda, construct interference takes place. Delta is equal to n plus 1 lambda by 2, destruct interference takes place. In this one, delta is 2t plus lambda by 2. So, let us take the darkness condition in this one. Why? Because the rings, actually bright and dark bands or rings, they are equally seen, but for our visualization, it seems to be there are only the dark rings on the bright background patch. That's why it is easy to count the dark rings, easy to observe the dark rings. That's why let us take the darkness condition. It is actually 2t plus lambda by 2, it is equal to n plus 1 lambda by 2, or 2t is equal to n lambda we get. So, keep this one aside and coming to the diagram here, I just complete the circle. Completing the plano convex means a small plano convex lens is given here, and completing this one we get a circle. The radius of the circle is given by capital R. Now, in this one, say these are the Newton's rings. I take just nth dark ring. The radius of the nth dark ring is given by Rn, where the thickness of the air film is T, say. Thickness of the air film is T. Now, I just take some points Q, N, P, O, C, C is the center, D. Some notation I am just taking. According to the principles of chords or principles of geometry, this Qn into Np is equal to On into Nd. Once again, Qn into Np is equal to On into Nd. That is according to the principles of geometry. What is Qn? This is given by Rn. What is Np? That is also R, otherwise Rn. What is On? It is given by T, thickness of the air film. Here I am taking one assumption. T is the thickness of the film, air film, where the radius of the nth dark ring is given by R, otherwise R suffix n. Automatically, Qn into Np is equal to On into Nd. Now, what is this Qn, Np? R into R, Np into Nd. This is n. On is equal to, what is this On? On is T. T into what is Nd? Nd total is 2R. This is 2R minus T we get. This is 2R minus T. Simply Rn square is equal to 2TR minus T square we get. Actually, T is double less than capital R. T T is the thickness of the air film, capital R is the radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens. Generally, thickness of the air film is order of micrometers, 10 power of minus 6 meters, something like that, where capital R, radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens. Actually, it is around 150 centimeters, 200 centimeters, like that. So, when compared to capital R, T is very small. T square can be neglected. Automatically, what we get? R square is equal to 2TR we get. Otherwise, T is equal to, so T is equal to R square by 2 capital R. So, we get T. Automatically, we just write D in terms of D. D is the diameter, let us take. D is equal to R by 2. Automatically, R square means D square by 4 we get. So, 8R is there. Now, already we have an assumption, we have an expression 2T is equal to n lambda for the distract interference or dark ring condition. Now, from these two, we get, so bright ring diameter, okay, that is not that much necessary. Dark ring diameter we get D square is equal to 4R into n lambda. Here we are substituting 2T is equal to n lambda. Here T is equal to n lambda by 2. D square by something we get. So, from that one, D square is equal to 4n lambda R. This is the nth ring diameter square. Similarly, if we take mth ring diameter, dm square we get. So, this is dm square. This is dn square, dm square. Suppose I want to just take dm square minus dn square. dm diameter of the mth dark ring, dn diameter of the nth dark ring. So, dm square minus dn square, it is equal to 4r into lambda into m minus n we get. Actually, dn square, what we got? 4r n lambda. Instead of n, I just take m. Mth ring case, dm square is equal to 4r into m lambda. So, from these two, dm square minus dn square, let us write, we get 4r lambda into m minus n we get. From this one, you write lambda expression, lambda is equal to dm square minus dn square by 4r into m minus n. So, this is the expression for the wavelength of the light used in this experiment. So, in this one, what are the notations? dm diameter of the mth dark ring, dn diameter of the nth dark ring, and capital R radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens, and m minus n, they are the numbers. Suppose 8th dark ring and 12th dark ring I take, d12 square and d8 square. What is m minus n? 12 minus 8 means it is 4. Automatically, R is given, say, you can determine the wavelength of light. Diameters we can determine from the experiment using the travelling microscope. So, using this formula, we can determine the the wavelength of the light. Otherwise, if we want to determine the radius of curvature, say, simply we replace these two. R is equal to dm square minus dn square by 4 into m minus n into lambda we write. So, if lambda is given, we can determine R. If R is given, we can determine lambda. In this way, we can determine wavelength, otherwise radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens using the Newton's rings experiment. So, in this one, actually, we have determined or we have studied the experimental arrangement of the Newton's rings experiment. So, how the experimental setup is there, how do we get the Newton's rings experiment, that what we have seen, and afterwards we have determined the radius of curvature. What is the expression for radius of curvature, what is the expression for wavelength of light, like that we have seen. So, by using Newton's rings experiment, we can determine both the radius of curvature or the wavelength of light. Okay, thank you.